Today we are going to explore one of the greatest mysteries in the world of art. Why is the Mona Lisa so famous? What makes her small smile so powerful? In this video, you will discover the secrets behind her fame. You will learn history in simple English. This will help you improve your listening skills and grow your vocabulary. And most importantly, this story will motivate you. It will teach you lessons about patience, mystery, and greatness. So watch until the end. Welcome back to my channel, Learning English Level 3. Please subscribe to my channel. Your support means a lot to me and helps this learning family grow. The woman behind the smile. More than 500 years ago, in the beautiful city of Florence, Italy, a young woman named Lisa Gherardini lived a simple life. Florence was full of art, culture, and new ideas. It was a time called the Renaissance. Many great artists and thinkers lived there. But Lisa was not one of them. She was not famous. She was not rich like a queen. She was an ordinary woman. Lisa was born into a normal family. Her life was quiet and traditional. As she grew older, she married a businessman named Francesco del Giocondo. He was successful and respected in the city. Together they built a family. Lisa became a wife and a mother. She took care of her home. She raised her children. She lived like many other women of her time. There was nothing unusual about her daily life. One day, her husband decided to celebrate their family's success. He wanted to order a portrait of Lisa. During that time, having a portrait painted was a sign of pride and respect. It showed social status. So he asked one of the most talented artists in Florence to paint his wife. That artist was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was already known for his intelligence and creativity. He was not only a painter but also a scientist, engineer, and inventor. He studied nature carefully. He studied the human face. He wanted to understand emotions. He did not just paint what he saw. He painted what he felt. When Lisa sat in front of Leonardo, she probably felt calm but curious. Sitting for a portrait was not easy. It required patience. She had to sit still for many hours. Sometimes the painting sessions lasted a long time. Leonardo worked slowly. He paid attention to every small detail. He observed the shape of her face. He studied the light in her eyes. He noticed the smallest movements of her lips. Lisa did not wear a crown. She did not wear heavy jewelry. Her clothes were simple and elegant. Her hair was smooth and natural. Leonardo wanted to show her true self. He wanted her to look real, not perfect. During the painting process, Leonardo tried to make her feel comfortable. Some stories say that musicians played music to help her relax. He may have told stories or jokes to make her smile gently. And slowly, that famous smile appeared. It was not a big smile. It was not loud or dramatic. It was soft and quiet. But it was powerful. Lisa did not know that this small moment would make her face live forever. She did not know that people from around the world would travel to see her image. She did not know that her simple expression would create one of the greatest mysteries in history. She was just living her life. Her story teaches us something important. You do not need to be born special to become unforgettable. You do not need a crown to leave a mark on the world. Sometimes being patient, calm, and natural is enough. An ordinary woman became extraordinary. Not because she tried to be famous, but because she simply allowed herself to be seen. The secret of Mona Lisa's mysterious smile. Her smile is small. It is soft. It is not clear. That is where the mystery begins. When you first look at the Mona Lisa, you may think she is smiling gently. She looks calm and peaceful. Her lips curve slightly upward. Feels warm and friendly. But when you continue to look at her, something strange happens. The smile begins to change. It becomes smaller. Sometimes it almost disappears. She starts to look serious, even thoughtful. Why does this happen? The secret is in the way Leonardo da Vinci painted her. He did not draw strong lines around her mouth. He did not make the smile sharp or clear. Instead, he used a soft painting technique called sfumato. This technique blends colors smoothly. There are no hard edges. Everything looks slightly blurred. Because of this, your eyes cannot clearly see the corners of her mouth. When you look directly at her lips, the smile seems weaker. But when you look at her eyes or another part of the painting, your side vision makes the smile look stronger. Feels like the smile is moving. But the painting is not moving. Your brain is working. Our brains try to understand faces quickly. We look for clear emotions. Happy. Angry. But the Mona Lisa does not give us a clear answer. Her expression stays between happy and serious. She is balanced between emotions. And this confuses our mind. When we do not understand something fully, we become curious. We want to solve the puzzle. We want to find the truth. That is why people stand in front of the Mona Lisa for a long time. They keep looking. They keep thinking. Some people believe her smile shows quiet confidence. Others think it hides a secret. Some say she knows something we do not know. There are even people who believe the smile changes depending on our own mood. If you feel happy, she looks happier. If you feel serious, she looks serious too. This makes the painting feel alive. Leonardo understood human psychology. He knew that mystery creates power. If he painted a big, clear smile, people might look once and move on. But this unclear smile makes people return again and again. For more than 500 years, people have asked the same question. What is she thinking? Why is she smiling? Is she hiding joy? Is she hiding pain? There is no final answer. And that is the true secret. The Mona Lisa teaches us something important about life. Not everything needs a clear explanation. Sometimes mystery makes things more beautiful. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Her smile reminds us that humans are complex. We can feel many emotions at the same time. We can be happy and thoughtful, calm and strong, soft and powerful. That small, quiet smile has made millions of people stop, think and wonder. It shows that you do not need loud expressions to make a big impact. Even a gentle smile can change history. And that is the secret behind her mysterious smile. Leonardo da Vinci, the genius who created a legend. Leonardo da Vinci was not just a painter. He was one of the greatest minds in history. He was born in 1452 in Italy. From a young age, he was curious about everything. He asked questions about the sky, the water, the human body, and even how birds fly. He did not only want to see the world. He wanted to understand it. Leonardo was a scientist. He studied anatomy. He opened and examined human bodies to learn how muscles and bones worked. He filled notebooks with drawings of the heart, the brain, and the skeleton. He believed that to paint a person well, he must understand what is under the skin. This deep study helped him create faces that looked real and natural. He was also an inventor. He designed flying machines long before airplanes were created. He drew plans for bridges, weapons, and machines. Many of his ideas were hundreds of years ahead of his time. His mind was always active, always thinking, always exploring. But even with all these talents, art was his special gift. When Leonardo painted, he did not rush. He observed carefully. He studied how light touches the face. He noticed how shadows fall on the cheeks. He saw how emotions change the eyes and lips. He believed that small details make a big difference. For the Mona Lisa, he used a special technique called sfumato. This word means smoky in Italian. It describes how he blended colors softly, without clear lines. If you look closely at the Mona Lisa, you will not see sharp edges around her mouth or eyes. Everything looks smooth and natural. This technique makes her face look alive. Because there are no hard lines, her expression seems to change. The soft shadows around her mouth create the mysterious smile. The gentle shading around her eyes makes her look thoughtful. The light on her face gives her warmth and depth. Leonardo understood that the human face is never still. Our expressions change every second. So instead of painting one clear emotion, he painted a mix of feelings. This made the portrait powerful and realistic. He also painted the background in a very unique way. Behind her, there are mountains, rivers, and a winding road. The landscape looks dreamy and almost unreal. It adds to the mystery. It makes her stand out, yet feel connected to nature. Leonardo worked on the Mona Lisa for many years. Some experts believe he carried the painting with him wherever he traveled. He kept improving it. He kept adding small changes. He never thought it was fully finished. This shows his dedication to perfection. His genius turned a simple portrait of a woman into a legend. He combined science and art. He used knowledge and imagination. He proved that true greatness comes from curiosity and patience. Leonardo da Vinci teaches us an important lesson. Do not limit yourself to one skill. Be curious. Learn new things. Study deeply. When you combine knowledge with passion, you can create something timeless. That is how a genius created a legend. Why millions travel just to see one painting? The Mona Lisa is not very big. In fact, she is quite small. When people see her for the first time, many are surprised. They expect a huge painting. They expect something giant and powerful. But instead, they see a small portrait behind thick glass. It hangs on a wall in the Louvre Museum in Paris, France. Yet millions of people travel from all around the world just to see her. Every year, the Louvre Museum welcomes millions of visitors. Many of them come for one main reason, the Mona Lisa. People travel from different countries. They take airplanes. They spend money on tickets and hotels. Some plan their trips for months. All for a few seconds in front of one painting. When you enter the museum, you will see signs pointing toward her. You will see crowds of people walking in the same direction. As you get closer, the room becomes more crowded. Visitors stand shoulder to shoulder. Many hold up their phones. Many try to take the perfect photo. There is usually a long line. People wait patiently. Security guards stand nearby. The painting is protected by bulletproof glass. It is also kept at a safe distance from visitors. You cannot walk right up to it. You must look from far away. And still people wait. Why would someone travel so far and wait so long for such a small painting? The answer is simple. Fame creates attraction. When something is called the most famous painting in the world, people become curious. They want to see it with their own eyes. They want to say, "I have seen the Mona Lisa." It becomes more than a painting. It becomes an experience. There is also something powerful about shared attention. When millions of people talk about one thing, it becomes important. The Mona Lisa has been famous for hundreds of years. She has been written about in books. She has been studied by experts. She has appeared in movies, cartoons, and advertisements. Her image is everywhere. But seeing her in real life feels different. Feels special. You are standing in front of history. You are looking at something that was painted more than 500 years ago. You are looking at the same face that kings, artists, and world leaders have looked at. Creates a connection between the past and the present. People also travel because of emotion. They want to feel something. They want to understand why this painting is so powerful. They want to look into her eyes and see the famous smile. Even if it is only for a short moment, that moment feels meaningful. The Mona Lisa teaches us something interesting about human nature. We are drawn to stories. We are drawn to mystery. We are drawn to things that many people value. Her small size does not reduce her importance. In fact, it makes her even more surprising. She proves that you do not need to be large to be powerful. You do not need to be loud to attract attention. Sometimes, quiet greatness speaks the loudest. And that is why millions continue to travel across the world, just to stand in front of one small, mysterious painting. The shocking theft that made her more famous. In the year 1911, something unbelievable happened. The Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre Museum in Paris. At that time the painting was known, but it was not as famous as it is today. Many people admired it, but it was just one of many great artworks in the museum. Then everything changed in one shocking moment. On August 21, 1911, a man named Vincenzo Peruggia secretly took the painting. He was an Italian worker who had once worked at the museum. He knew the building well. Early in the morning, he hid inside a small storage room. When the museum was quiet, he removed the painting from the wall. He took it out of its frame. Then he hid it under his clothes and walked out. Sounds like a movie story. But it was real. When the museum opened, no one noticed at first. Some people thought the painting had been moved for cleaning or photography. But soon the truth became clear. The Mona Lisa was gone. The news spread quickly. Newspapers across France printed shocking headlines. Soon newspapers around the world were talking about it. People were surprised. How could someone steal such an important painting? How could it disappear from a famous museum? Crowds gathered at the Louvre, not to see the painting, but to see the empty space where it once hung. That empty wall became famous. People stood there and stared at nothing. The police searched everywhere. They questioned workers and artists. Even the famous painter Pablo Picasso was questioned by the police for a short time. But no one could find the Mona Lisa. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. The world kept talking about the missing masterpiece. The mystery made her even more interesting. People who had never cared about art were now discussing her. Her name was everywhere. For 2 long years the painting was missing. Then, in 1913, something unexpected happened. Vincenzo Peruggia tried to sell the painting to an art dealer in Italy. He said he wanted to return the Mona Lisa to her home country. He believed the painting belonged to Italy. But the art dealer became suspicious and contacted the police. Soon the painting was recovered. When the Mona Lisa returned to the Louvre, it was like the return of a queen. People celebrated. Crowds gathered again. But this time they came to welcome her back. The theft made her more famous than ever before. Sometimes challenges create greater attention. Sometimes loss makes people understand true value. Before the theft, she was admired. After the theft, she became legendary. The story of her disappearance added drama and excitement to her history. It turned a beautiful painting into a worldwide sensation. It gave her a story that people would never forget. This event teaches us something powerful. Even difficult moments can lead to growth. Even problems can create new opportunities. The Mona Lisa's theft could have been a tragedy. Instead, it made her stronger and more famous. Even a painting can rise higher after a challenge. How mystery makes the Mona Lisa powerful. Mystery creates power. This is true in stories, in people, and even in art. When we do not fully understand something, our minds begin to work harder. We start asking questions. We look again. We think deeper. The Mona Lisa is powerful because she is full of mystery. When you stand in front of the painting, she does not speak. She does not move. She does not tell you what she feels. She simply looks at you with calm eyes and a soft smile. But that quiet expression creates thousands of questions. What is she thinking? Why is she smiling? Is she happy? Sad? Proud? Secretive? There is no clear answer. If her expression were obvious, people might look once and walk away. If she were clearly laughing or clearly crying, the mystery would disappear. But Leonardo da Vinci did something different. He painted her between emotions. She is not fully happy. She is not fully serious. She lives in the middle. That middle is where mystery lives. Our brains love to solve puzzles. When something is unclear, we naturally try to understand it. Scientists say that the human brain looks for patterns and meaning. When we cannot find a clear meaning, we become curious. Curiosity keeps us interested. The Mona Lisa does not give us a final explanation. She keeps her secret safe. That silence makes her unforgettable. Her eyes add to the mystery. Some people say her eyes follow you as you move. When you walk to the left or right, it feels like she is still watching you. This creates a strange connection between the viewer and the painting. Feels personal. The background behind her is also mysterious. There are mountains, rivers, and winding roads. But they do not look completely real. The landscape looks dreamy and slightly unreal. Feels like a world from imagination. This adds another layer of mystery. Even today, experts still debate about her identity and her expression. Some believe her smile shows quiet confidence. Others think it hides sadness. Some researchers have studied her face using technology, trying to measure her emotions. Yet no one can fully agree. And maybe that is the point. Mystery keeps her alive across generations. For more than 500 years, people have continued to ask the same questions. That is power. In life, mystery often attracts attention. Think about books and movies. The most exciting stories are full of secrets. When everything is explained too quickly, interest fades. But when something is hidden, we stay engaged. The Mona Lisa teaches us a deep lesson. You do not need to reveal everything about yourself to be powerful. You do not need to explain every thought. Sometimes quiet confidence is stronger than loud words. Her silence speaks louder than noise. 'Cause she keeps her secret, people keep coming back. They look again and again. They search for meaning. They try to understand her. And in that endless search, her power continues to grow. The hidden techniques that make her look alive. When you look at the Mona Lisa, she does not look flat like a normal painting. She looks alive. Her skin looks soft. Her eyes seem to shine. Her face feels warm and real. This is not an accident. It is the result of Leonardo da Vinci's hidden techniques. Leonardo studied light and shadow very carefully. He understood that light gives shape to the human face. Without shadow, a face looks flat. Without light, it looks dark and lifeless. So he carefully balanced both. He used a technique called chiaroscuro. This means using strong contrasts between light and dark. Look closely at her face. One side is slightly brighter. The other side is gently darker. The shadows around her cheeks and under her chin give depth. This makes her face look three-dimensional. He also used sfumato, the soft blending of colors. There are no hard lines around her eyes or mouth. Everything melts smoothly into the next shade. Because of this, her skin looks natural. It looks like real human skin, not paint on wood. Leonardo applied many thin layers of paint. Layer after layer. Slowly and patiently. Each layer was almost transparent. This method created a glowing effect. Light seems to pass through the layers and reflect back. That is why her face appears soft and alive. Her eyes are another powerful detail. When you stand in front of the painting, it feels like she is looking at you. Even if you move to the side, her gaze seems to follow. This happens because Leonardo painted her eyes looking directly forward. The position of the pupils creates this illusion. It makes viewers feel connected to her. Her expression also feels alive because it is not fixed. The soft shadows around her mouth change depending on where you look from. When you look at her eyes, her smile seems stronger. When you look at her lips, the smile becomes weaker. This creates movement without movement. The background adds another layer of life. Behind her, there are mountains, rivers, and winding roads. But they do not look sharp or clear. They look dreamy and distant. The colors in the background are cooler and darker than her face. This makes her stand out more. Leonardo also used perspective carefully. The horizon line on one side of the background is slightly lower than the other side. This small detail creates a subtle imbalance. It adds to the mystery and natural feeling of the painting. Every small detail works together. The light, the shadow, the soft blending, the careful layers, the direct gaze, the dreamy landscape. None of these techniques are loud or obvious. They are quiet and controlled. But together they create something powerful. The Mona Lisa feels alive because Leonardo understood both science and art. He studied the human body. He studied how light works. He studied how people see and feel. Then he used that knowledge in his painting. This teaches us an important lesson. Great results come from small details. Patience and deep understanding can turn something simple into something extraordinary. That is the hidden magic that makes her look alive, even after 500 years. What is she thinking? The question that never ends. For hundreds of years, people have asked the same question when they stand in front of the Mona Lisa. What is she thinking? Is she happy? Is she calm? Is she hiding a secret? The truth is simple. No one knows. And maybe that is the beauty of it. When you look into her eyes, you feel something. But it is hard to explain. She looks peaceful yet thoughtful. Her lips curve into a soft smile, but it is not a strong smile. Feels like she knows something that we do not know. Some people believe she is happy. They say her gentle smile shows quiet joy. They imagine she is thinking about her family or a pleasant memory. Others believe she looks serious. They say her eyes show deep thought, as if she is thinking about life. There are even people who believe her expression changes depending on who is looking at her. If you feel happy, she looks happier. If you feel serious, she looks serious too. It is almost like a mirror. You see your own feelings reflected in her face. This is what makes the question endless. Artists, scientists, and historians have studied her expression for many years. Some experts have used computer technology to analyze her smile. They tried to measure the emotion in her face. Some studies say her expression is mostly happy. Others say it is mixed with other emotions like calmness or confidence. But even with modern technology, there is no clear answer. That is because human emotions are complex. We do not feel only one thing at a time. Sometimes we feel happy and thoughtful together. Sometimes we smile while thinking deeply. Leonardo da Vinci understood this. He did not paint a simple emotion. He painted a combination of feelings. Her eyes add more mystery. They are steady and direct. She looks at the viewer without fear. But she does not reveal her thoughts. Her gaze feels calm but also powerful. The question, "What is she thinking?" keeps people curious, keeps the painting alive. If we knew the answer, the mystery would end. But because we do not know, we keep returning to her. We keep asking. We keep wondering. In life, not every question has a clear answer. And that is okay. Sometimes the search for meaning is more important than the answer itself. The Mona Lisa reminds us that uncertainty can be beautiful. Her silent thoughts invite us to think about our own lives. What are we thinking? What emotions do we hide behind our smiles? Just like her, we all carry thoughts that others cannot fully see. That is why the question never ends. Her mind remains a mystery. Her expression remains a puzzle. And because of that, she continues to inspire curiosity, imagination, and endless conversation. Sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that are never fully explained. The lesson of patience behind the masterpiece. The Mona Lisa was not created in one day. It was not finished in 1 week. Leonardo da Vinci worked on this painting for many years. Some experts believe he started it around 1503 and continued working on it for more than a decade. He did not rush. He did not hurry to complete it. He believed in slow progress. Leonardo was different from many artists of his time. Other painters often finished their work quickly so they could move to the next project. But Leonardo was patient. He studied every small detail. He observed light carefully. He adjusted shadows again and again. He added thin layers of paint slowly. Sometimes he would stop working on the painting for a while. Then he would return to it and improve it more. He carried the Mona Lisa with him when he traveled. He kept refining it. He kept perfecting it. He never thought it was fully complete. This shows us something powerful. Great things take time. Leonardo understood that true beauty cannot be rushed. If he had hurried, the smile would not look so mysterious. The face would not look so alive. The soft blending of colors would not be so perfect. His patience gave the painting depth and life. In today's world, many people want quick results. We want fast success. We want instant improvement. If something takes too long, we feel frustrated. We want to give up. But the Mona Lisa teaches us a different lesson. Success does not happen overnight. Imagine if Leonardo had stopped after a few months. The painting might have been good, but it would not have become legendary. It became a masterpiece because of time, care, and dedication. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength. It means you are willing to work slowly for something great. It means you are not afraid of long effort. It means you believe that your hard work will grow step by step. Leonardo also teaches us about loving the process. He did not only care about finishing the painting. He enjoyed studying. He enjoyed improving. He enjoyed learning new techniques. He saw every small improvement as progress. This is an important lesson for all of us. Whether you are learning English, building a career, or following a dream, you must be patient. Improvement happens little by little, day by day, word by word, step by step. The Mona Lisa reminds us that masterpieces are not accidents. They are built through time and care. They are created through focus and dedication. If you feel slow in your progress, do not worry. Even the most famous painting in the world took years to complete. What matters is that you keep going. Keep learning. Keep improving. With patience and belief, simple effort can turn into something extraordinary. Why the Mona Lisa still inspires the world today. The Mona Lisa was painted more than 500 years ago. The world has changed many times since then. New countries were formed. Technology grew. Cars, airplanes, and computers were invented. Today we live in a digital age. We see thousands of images every single day on our phones. Yet the Mona Lisa still inspires millions of people. Why? Because her power is simple and timeless. The Mona Lisa teaches us that simplicity can become powerful. She is not wearing a crown. She is not sitting on a golden throne. She is dressed in simple clothes. Her background is calm and quiet. There are no bright colors or dramatic action. But she does not need them. Her strength comes from calm confidence. Her quiet smile speaks without shouting. In a world that is often loud and fast, her silence feels strong. She reminds us that you do not need to be loud to be noticed. She also teaches us that mystery creates interest. People are still asking questions about her today. What is she thinking? Why does her smile change? Why does she feel so alive? The mystery keeps her fresh and exciting, even after centuries. In life, not everything needs to be explained fully. Sometimes a little mystery makes you more interesting. When you are confident and calm, you do not need to prove yourself loudly. Your presence speaks for you. The Mona Lisa also teaches us that patience creates greatness. Leonardo worked on her for many years. He improved small details again and again. He believed in slow progress. That patience turned a simple portrait into a masterpiece. This is a powerful lesson for all of us. We live in a time where people want quick success. But true growth takes time. Learning a new skill takes time. Building confidence takes time. Achieving dreams takes time. You do not need to be perfect to make an impact. The Mona Lisa is not perfect in a traditional way. Her eyebrows are almost invisible. Her smile is unclear. The background is unusual. Yet these small imperfections make her unique. Perfection is not what makes something unforgettable. Uniqueness does. The Mona Lisa inspires artists, students, and dreamers around the world. She shows that even a quiet image can change history. Even a simple idea can become legendary. Just like the Mona Lisa, your story may feel simple today. You may feel ordinary. You may feel unnoticed. But remember, she was once just a portrait of a normal woman. With time, care, and belief, she became the most famous painting in the world. Your progress may be slow. Your journey may be quiet. But if you keep improving, keep learning, and keep growing, your story can also become powerful. Greatness does not always begin with noise. Sometimes it begins with a small, quiet smile that the world never forgets.